Let's talk about Jimmy Fallon, a guy who's made the world laugh, not just with his jokes, but with his infectious energy and genuine warmth. He's a household name now, but his story started in a much humbler place. Born in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn in 1974, Jimmy grew up in a tight-knit Irish-American family. His parents, Gloria and Jim, filled their home with love, laughter, and a strong sense of togetherness. Family meant everything to them, and that spirit shaped Jimmy from the very beginning. His dad, a Vietnam vet, wanted his kids to have a backyard and a quieter life, so they packed up and moved to Saugerties, New York. It was a big change from the city, but it gave Jimmy and his sister a chance to grow up surrounded by nature and small-town charm. Jimmy was a shy kid, often keeping to himself, but he was always observant and quick to laugh. He'd watch the world around him, soaking up every detail, every funny moment, and storing it away for later. He went to Catholic school, where he learned discipline and faith. For a while, he even thought about becoming a priest. He was that inspired by the people around him. But deep down, something else was calling out to him. The Fallon family's favorite tradition, gathering together every Saturday night to watch Saturday Night Live. It was more than just a TV show. It was a weekly event that brought everyone together, filling their living room with laughter. They'd record SNL on their old VHS player, carefully saving the funniest, cleanest sketches to rewatch as a family. Jimmy soaked up every sketch, every impression, dreaming of what it would be like to be part of that world. That show planted a dream in his heart. One day he wanted to be on SNL, making people laugh just like his comedy heroes did. His parents encouraged creativity at every turn. Jimmy and his sister would put on little shows at home, making up skits and characters, performing for their family in the living room. Those moments were the first steps toward his future. In that loving, laughter-filled house, Jimmy's big dream took root and started to grow. Surrounded by support, he learned that anything was possible if you believed in yourself. He wasn't from a showbiz family, and he didn't have any famous connections, but he believed he could make it. That belief, and his family's encouragement, gave him the courage to chase his dream. Sometimes the best dreams start in the most ordinary places. For Jimmy Fallon, it all began in a small town with a big imagination and a family who believed in him every step of the way. Jimmy caught the comedy bug young and never let go. Even as a little kid, he was the one making everyone laugh at family gatherings, always ready with a silly face or a quick joke. His parents and sister remember him as the family's unofficial entertainer, always eager to put on a show, no matter how small the audience. He devoured comedy albums, memorized routines, and mastered impressions of everyone from Adam Sandler to cartoon characters. Jimmy would spend hours in his room, rewinding cassette tapes, perfecting every punchline and voice until he could make his friends and family double over with laughter. Family friends would visit, and Jimmy would entertain with spot-on voices and jokes. He'd turn the living room into his own stage, performing sketches and stand-up routines, always hungry for applause and laughter. He picked up guitar, blending music and comedy into his act. Songs became punchlines, and punchlines became songs. Jimmy was always experimenting, always pushing his act a little further. In high school, he won talent shows with his impressions, loving the rush of making people laugh. The stage lights, the crowd's energy, and the thrill of nailing a joke, it was addictive, and Jimmy couldn't get enough. SNL was his obsession. He studied every sketch, every character, preparing for a job he didn't have yet. He'd stay up late, watching reruns, analyzing the timing and delivery of his comedy heroes, dreaming of one day joining their ranks. College was supposed to be about computer science, but Jimmy spent more time at open mics than in class. While his classmates were studying for exams, Jimmy was writing jokes, testing material, and learning how to work a crowd. He drove all over to perform, chasing the feeling of a crowd's laughter. No distance was too far if it meant another chance to get on stage, another shot at making people laugh. Deep down, he knew comedy was his calling. Every setback only made him more determined. Every small victory fueled his belief that he was meant for something bigger. It was risky, but he was ready to trade a safe future for a shot at his dream. He packed his bags, left comfort behind, and set out to chase the laughter wherever it led. He wasn't just a fan. He was training for the big leagues. Every impression, every routine was another step closer to the stage he'd always dreamed of. Every joke, every impression was practice for something bigger. Jimmy was all in, determined to turn his passion into a lifelong career, no matter what it took. At 21, Jimmy made the leap. He left college and drove to Los Angeles. He didn't know many people, but he had determination and a suitcase full of dreams. He joined the Groundlings, learning improv and character work from the best. By night, he hit comedy clubs, performing for tiny crowds but giving it his all. Money was tight, but he never lost focus. His act mixed music, impressions, and pure fun. Audiences started to notice. Jimmy's charm set him apart in a city full of comedians. He wasn't dark or cynical. He just wanted to make people feel good. SNL was still the goal, but he knew he had to earn it. Every set, every class was training for the big audition. LA was tough, but it made him sharper, funnier, and ready for anything. He was building his reputation, one laugh at a time. And soon, New York and SNL would call. After years of hustle, Jimmy finally got the call an SNL audition in New York. He stepped onto the Studio 8H stage, nerves and excitement colliding. His audition was electric. Musical impressions, rapid-fire characters, and a spot-on Adam Sandler. Even Lorne Michaels cracked a smile. Jimmy left it all on the stage and landed the job. At 24, he became an SNL cast member, living his childhood dream. He brought energy, music, and a contagious joy to the show. Audiences loved his fresh style and genuine enthusiasm. He worked long hours, wrote sketches, and performed live every week. Jimmy became known for breaking character. His laughter was infectious. He wasn't just acting, he was having the time of his life. SNL made him a star, but it was just the beginning. The kid from Saugerties had arrived. Jimmy's SNL years gave us some unforgettable moments. In the iconic More Cowbell sketch, he tried and failed not to laugh as Will Ferrell went wild. His genuine crack-ups became part of the fun. He created the Barry Gibb talk show with Justin Timberlake. Two Bee Gees, big hair, and even bigger laughs. Jimmy's musical talent shined in sketches like I Wish It Was Christmas Today, a simple song that became a holiday classic. He co-hosted Weekend Update with Tina Fey, their chemistry making the segment a highlight. Jimmy's boyish charm and musical bits set him apart. He wasn't just a sketch player, he was a natural host. SNL was his comedy boot camp, preparing him for the next big leap. He left a mark with every laugh, every song, every sketch. Fans saw he was more than just funny. He was a force of joy. And soon, he'd take that joy to late night. After his memorable run on SNL, Jimmy Fallon set his sights on Hollywood, trying his hand at movies. He starred in films like Taxi and Fever Pitch, hoping to find his place on the big screen. But despite the excitement of film, Jimmy found himself missing the unique thrill and unpredictability of live television. The energy of a real-time audience, the rush of performing without a safety net. Then, an unexpected opportunity arrived. The chance to host Late Night, one of TV's most iconic franchises. He would be following in the legendary footsteps of Conan O'Brien, inheriting a show with a devoted fan base and a rich comedic history. It was a huge risk. Could the guy known for breaking character and laughing through SNL sketches really anchor his own late-night show? Many doubted he could pull it off. In 2009, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon made its debut. The pressure was on, but Jimmy was determined to make the show his own. From the very first episode, it was clear this late night was instantly different, brighter, more playful, and full of surprises. Jimmy brought a fresh energy, introducing hilarious games, musical performances, and sketches that quickly went viral online. The show felt less like a traditional talk show and more like a late-night party where everyone, audience, guests, and viewers at home, was invited to join the fun. The Roots, one of the most respected bands in music, joined as his house band, adding a dynamic mix of energy, soul, and spontaneity to every episode. Jimmy invented new segments like beer pong with celebrities and the now famous lip sync battle, turning simple games into must-see TV moments. He had a knack for making even the biggest stars seem like regular people, breaking down barriers, and letting their personalities shine. Younger audiences loved it. Late night suddenly felt fresh, unpredictable, and perfectly in tune with the social media age. The show was fun, endlessly shareable, and packed with moments that would light up the internet the next day. Jimmy wasn't just interviewing guests in the traditional sense. He was playing with them, creating genuine connections and unforgettable memories on stage. He built a new kind of late-night show, one that blended comedy, music, and heart in a way that felt truly original. Every night was filled with laughter, warmth, and moments that brought people together. The show quickly became a hit, winning over critics and viewers alike. Jimmy proved all the doubters wrong, showing he could not only host but reinvent late-night TV. He connected with a whole new generation, changing the late-night game and making it more interactive than ever before. And soon, with his success undeniable, an even bigger stage awaited Jimmy Fallon, the legendary Tonight Show. In 2014, Jimmy reached the top. He became host of The Tonight Show. The show moved back to New York, and Jimmy took the legendary desk at 30 Rock. His first episode was a celebration, with Will Smith and U2 joining the party. Jimmy was humble, emotional, and grateful. He promised to make America laugh. He brought the roots, the games, and the viral sketches to a bigger stage, The Tonight Show. Starring Jimmy Fallon was an instant hit. Ratings soared, and Jimmy's positive, playful style won over millions. He honored the show's legacy while making it his own. The kid who dreamed in Saugerties was now a late-night legend. He proved that kindness and fun could rule late night. The Tonight Show was in good hands. What sets Jimmy's Tonight Show apart? Pure, unfiltered fun. Celebrities don't just chat. They play games from lip-sync battle to wheel of musical impressions. Viral moments are the norm. Clips rack up millions of views online. The classroom instrument segment, with stars like Adele and Metallica, is a fan favorite. Jimmy's creativity and silliness reach audiences who might never watch late-night TV. He's interviewed presidents, movie stars, and music icons, always making them feel at ease. The show is a safe space for celebrities to let loose and be themselves. Awards and Emmys followed, but Jimmy's real prize is the bond with his audience. He's become a nightly source of joy and escape for millions. In a serious world, Jimmy delivers laughter and light. He's redefined what late night can be: fun, friendly, and unforgettable. And he's just getting started. Off camera, Jimmy's the same guy. Friendly, energetic, and devoted to his family. He married film producer Nancy Javonin, and they have 2 daughters, Winnie and Frances. Family means everything to him. He even writes children's books inspired by his kids. He's faced tough times, like losing his mother in 2017, sharing his grief and love with viewers. Jimmy's had mishaps, like nearly losing a finger, but always turns pain into comedy. Fun fact, he doesn't drink coffee. His energy is all natural. From Saugerties kid to Tonight Show host, Jimmy's journey is proof that dreams can come true. He changed late night with music, games, and genuine joy. He reminds us to laugh, be silly, and never stop dreaming. Every night, he proves that kindness and humor go a long way. Sometimes the nicest guys really do finish first. And that's the story of Jimmy Fallon, a man who turned laughter into a legacy.